My name's Heather, and this is Matt, and I'm a surrogate. I've been a surrogate 3 times, all very different journeys, but also kind of similar, and each one with their own unique experiences, and it's a blast. Growing up, my family did foster care, and I think that kind of led to me wanting to be a surrogate in the end. I had my own 2 children. I knew that I was done having kids. We just wanted to, and that's all we've ever wanted, but I loved being pregnant. And so I went back to my OB for my 6-week checkup, and I just asked him if I could be a surrogate.
That was a fun day. The first time when she came home with this idea that she wanted to be a surrogate, I was kind of like, what? What exactly do you want to do? You want to carry someone else's baby? And I was a little thrown off by it at first, but then as she continued to talk to me about it, it started to grow on me more. And then we ended up having an interview with the first couple on her first journey. And following from that interview is just, it really kind of hit home for me that, we would be helping another couple out that had several unsuccessful attempts with IVF and trying to get pregnant over, a number of years. And so really it just kind of started to feel good and
Took
feel
him about
right.
3 months to come around.
Took
But
about
I didn't
3
pressure
months.
him.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Just plant the seed.
Yeah, and so that's kind of how we got to where we are today.
So when I first told my friends and family that I wanted to be a surrogate, my friends, I think, kind of expected it. They weren't shocked at all. And they were like, of course, you would be. And then when I called my mom to tell her, she actually told me that she had thought about being a surrogate before. So I was her second child. She had 4. And she thought about doing it after her 4th child. It never worked out for her, but I just thought that was so amazing that it's maybe just in my blood. We have healthy pregnancies, and it's fun, and it was just meant to be. So after my first journey, I knew that I wanted to be a surrogate again. I just loved it. It was a great experience. The couple that I carried for first, I really wanted to have a sibling for them, but they only wanted 1 child. And so I kind of waited around for a few years to see if they'd change their mind, but they didn't. So anyway, I called Shiva up and asked her if she had another couple that she could match me with, and I was matched really quickly, and it's just something that I knew I'd want to do again. It's just fun. So the first time I was a surrogate, my children were a year-old and 3 years old, and I told them everything about it that was appropriate to tell them at the time. And I think they just thought that everybody does that. If there's another family that can't have a child that wants one, that any mom would volunteer to have their baby for them. So I don't think they thought it was a very big deal at all. And they got a little older, and they were telling some of their friends at preschool, and I think everyone was shocked, and Kaylee was like, why? She's just helping another family. No big deal. I did some research when thinking about how to tell our children about surrogacy, and one of the number 1 things that comes up is that little kangaroo pouch book. And so I definitely bought that, and just, we just kind of gave them a little bit of information and let them ask questions. And without, explaining too much. I just kind of answer their question just as they ask it, and they know everything. They know how everything works, so they know it takes an egg and a sperm to make a baby, and that's the science of it.
Yes, I do get that question. Actually, had that question today. I was having lunch with a client, and I'm always excited about surrogacy, especially being on the third journey now. But we were talking about my wife being pregnant, and then I was like, but it's not mine. And he looks at me like, what do you mean he's not yours? I was like,
angry.
He's not mine. It's not my wife's either. A little story behind that. So it's always fun to play with it. And I mean, we've done it now going through the third journey. The first journey, we had a great time with it. We would go out, and Heather and I would go out and eat dinner at restaurants. And of course, the server comes up, and Heather's
Not
pregnant,
drinking.
not drinking, and you know, we always joke around with the server in the same regards. You know, she's pregnant, she can't have anything to drink, but it's not mine. And then Heather would joke around with the server as well, and
It's
say,
not mine either.
and,
That's okay.
And it would just completely throw the server off. It's always a lot
neat
of
to
fun.
see their faces.
Yeah.
And some of them they hear you, but they're not really listening, and they just go on.
Yeah, they're
And
like,
you're
yeah, okay, all right,
You
sure.
didn't actually listen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's allowed us to go on family vacations. It's helped us pay off some of our debt that we've had, and actually, most recently, on this third journey, we're looking at doing an add-on project to our house. So it's given us the ability to potentially complete that project as well. So it's had a pretty big impact on our lives.
Realizing I wanted to be a surrogate, the first thing I did was research and look up all the information I could on Google, and I looked at a lot of different reviews for all the different surrogacy agencies out there. There's a lot of them, and there's different ways that you can find reviews, lots of different avenues to look for that. And I really took my time just to find the right one, and just to kind of look at individual, like, what do you call those? The stories, the people, testimonies. And so I picked Shared Conception, and I was really pretty confident with it at first. And I think I typed my information in on the computer, and Shiva called me the next day. And we talked for probably almost an hour. And so I just knew, after that phone call, I was very confident that Shared Conception was the right place to be. Shared Conception is very supportive. It's always, if there's a question that I have, or if there's maybe something that's not so easy to confront your IPs about, all you have to do is talk to somebody at the agency, email, text, phone call, and they'll answer your questions. They might be just a better avenue to go and talk to the IPs about something, and it just makes everything so much less stressful. If you're interested in becoming a surrogate, the first thing I would recommend is to do your research. Make sure that you're done having babies. Make sure that you're actually financially stable and you don't need the money. Really, the compensation is meant to add just extra things to your lives, and maybe go on a vacation. But make sure you don't need the money. Make sure you're done having kids, and do a lot of research. Both of our journeys so far, and I think for this third journey, is the birth. I love that whole day. Just, I like to have people in the room with me, and I love having the IPs be there and just see the looks on their faces. To me, that's just amazing. Best part of it by far.
Yeah, it's interesting because all three families have had different stories on why they can't conceive a baby, and it's been wonderful to go through the three journeys and just be able to help another family out that's having difficulties in this area. It's been a wonderful thing to see, and you get to bring that all together at the time of delivery. And I'm always in the room. We haven't made it through the third one yet. We're at the early stages of that. But it's just really exciting to be in the room at delivery. You get to see the look on the parent's face. You get to see the dad cut the umbilical cord. It's just wonderful.
All the emotions.
It's a great experience.